Um, Let me make sure here you can hear me. Everything looks good. Hopefully we are recording. Just want to say good morning and thank you for taking the time to listen. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone on live, so I'm just going to do the recording, and hopefully some of you guys have some time to listen to it. So it may be the time that I need to tweak. Maybe I can start doing this in the evening so we can get more interaction. The main idea of doing this rather than a PowerPoint is for me to better connect with you guys and feel of more, I guess, more of a team meeting type thing rather than me talking for an hour, you guys looking at a PowerPoint and surfing Facebook. So that was the idea, and we are going to try this again. I hope that I can connect with you guys today just through the things that I share. Unfortunately, we won't have any questions since no one's on live, and I really wanted to do some discussion and things like that. But we will move forward and hope for next time. So let me move this out of the way. All right. Just wanted to do a small rundown. Make sure you guys are checking your news tab and keeping updated. I did just post the group newsletter that has all of our recognition and some other fun things in there for you guys to go over. I emailed to the team and then to your directors if I'm not your director, as well as posted a couple files to the Sit in the City group page on Facebook. So what else is going on? The Mother's Day bundle. If you guys haven't gone to your resources tab and printed off a copy of the Mother's Day flyer, make sure that you do that. It's really a cool gift. You get 3 bars and then the warmer for $40, and you save $15 on that. So hopefully you're letting your customers know about that and selling those, because it's a really great deal, not only for Mother's Day but for graduations coming up, or just for someone that wants a really nice lampshade collection warmer and the 3 bars to go with it for free, really. So make sure that you're pushing that to your customers, letting them know about it. Make sure you're keeping up on the news tab and what's going on there, checking for back orders, and knowing what's going on. What else? Team reminders. So every month I send out for people who are going to terminate or not going to be active consultants anymore. Guess what? We don't want to lose you. Your PRV is too low. You're going to get canceled. If you guys have team members, make sure you're touching base with them as well and letting them know, watching where they're at, where they need to be, and doing reminders for them. I do realize that some people don't want to be reminded, but at the same time, if you didn't remember and then I reminded you, that would be a good thing. So hopefully you can tolerate my reminders, and if you don't want to read it, you can just erase it. What else? Summer incentive is coming. So the summer incentive will start May 1st, which is tomorrow. The only thing that we've heard about it so far is that you want to be sure that you're booking lots and lots of parties and you're recruiting. So it seems like we could say, okay, that is maybe a little bit generic, but you have to remember that your business thrives on parties. If you don't book parties, obviously you don't have sales. Yes, you may have returning customers, but parties are your quote-unquote bread and butter to this business. So parties are where you find more hostesses. Parties are where you find new recruits. Not that you can't find them other places, but you need to be booking parties. The best way to book parties is to continue to ask. The 2 main questions I ever get from anybody are, how do I book parties? How do I get people to join my team? That's the way we run our business. So the simplicity of it all is the easiest way to do it is just continue to ask and have perseverance through that, and continue to talk to people about your business, be excited about your business, and know what's next. So how do you book parties? If you have past hostesses who haven't maybe hosted since last fall, make sure you're calling them and letting them know that, the spring summer scents are out, everything is new and exciting. They can share that with their friends. They can get free stuff if they want to order stuff. If you have customers coming to you and say, hey, I just need a few bars, I need this, I need a warmer, I need that, make sure you mention to them, hey, do you want to do a basket party? Do you want to maybe book a home party in May? You could get your stuff for free. Or if someone says, I really want a warmer, but I can't afford it right now, maybe they want to get it at half price or free. So be sure that you're asking and recommending. 99% of the time, people aren't going to just say, hey, I want to book a party. Every once in a while they do, and that's always awesome and exciting, but it doesn't usually happen that way. So make sure that you're suggesting it. How many times have you been I don't know, at the counter in buying shoes and somebody's like, oh, do you need socks? And you didn't really need socks, but since they suggested it, why not? Let's get some socks. Or the funniest thing, this cracks me up, when I go to Come and Go or 7-Eleven or Valero or any convenience store now, you can be buying something as random as a bottle of water, paying for your gas, whatever it is. But when you get to the counter, they always say, what did the lady say to me the other day? Would you like a Snickers? And it completely took me off guard. But they have them right there on the counter, and for anybody who buys anything, they offer a Snickers or a candy bar or whatever it is that they have right there. And it's probably some sort of marketing tactic, but it works. If I hadn't even thought that I wanted a candy bar, if someone suggests it, I might be like, well, yeah, I do want a Snickers. It's those little things, those suggestions that you can do to your customers, friends, family, acquaintances, people you meet anywhere, that not convince them to do something, but put ideas or plant seeds that they hadn't thought about before. So be sure that even if someone wants a few bars that you're suggesting a party, that you're asking them if they've ever thought about signing up. Make sure that you're suggesting those things, because just because they aren't asking, that doesn't mean they aren't interested. So side note, if you keep seeing me move my mouse, I keep losing my screensaver keeps popping up because I didn't turn it off. So that's what I'm doing, and hopefully it's not too distracting. What else is going on? We were talking about summer incentive. So what is summer incentive? Summer incentive usually runs May, June, and July, so it's 3 months, and you have 3 months to earn something. I can give you some ideas of what it's been in past years. One year we earned vases or bowls, like decorative pieces or decorative plates that were really cool, and there was a different set that you could earn each month. Trying to think of some of the different ones, and I was trying to think of this before. A few years back, I remember we did a point system. So for every party you had, you earned points if they were a certain value. For sponsoring, for people hitting certified, different things, you earned points. And then at the end, you could buy something with your points. So something like, it was along the same idea as credit card points or airline mile type things. So when you earn points, then you get to shop in their little catalog and earn things. And I remember specifically my sponsor got it was like a Steam Vac Shark thing. Some people got iPads, some people got, depending on how many points you had, you could buy whatever you wanted from the list. Now, I don't know what the prizes are going to be this year or what they're going to offer. It's usually something fun and exciting. I know there's been more, and I can't think of any right now. So post them and share them if you think of them, and we will know tomorrow what the exciting summer incentive is. Now, if you have team members, make sure that they are also aware of the summer incentive. You want to get started right away. Even if you have new recruits, let them know. A lot of times I think about, okay, we hit certain levels in our business, or you just get started and you have the shooting star to go for, you have sensational start in your first 70 days, you have these ideas or goals, these concrete things to work for. So what summer incentive does is gives us that over the summer months. So it gives you something to work towards for May, June, and July. So make sure when this comes out tomorrow that you look at it, you read it, and you say, you know what, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to earn. Not only that, but when you have goals, be sure you know how you're going to get there. So you can't say, let's use a for instance. Okay, so for instance, say our summer incentive is you need to do 3 parties a month and sponsor 1 new person, just for an example. So that's a great goal. If that's going to be your goal, is to earn that incentive, then what do you need to do to get there? How many people are you going to have to talk to in order to book those parties? How many people are you going to have to talk to in order to sponsor that 1 new recruit each month? We can have these ideas, but they really don't mean anything unless we know exactly how we're going to do it. Now, we can touch base with the people that we've talked to before for sponsoring, but the real key is going to be talking to new people. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. I want to touch base on some recruiting stuff. Unfortunately, we won't have feedback and questions like I'd hoped, but I really want to talk to you guys about that stuff too. So what else? Summer incentive is coming. Like I said, booking parties. So prepare to book and to sponsor. I went over newsletter stuff. So let's talk a little bit about reunion. And you guys have seen a couple of the videos posted. What I wanted was, for those of you who had gone to Reunion in the past, and I apologize if I keep calling it convention. It's like calling our Scent Circle a car candle. They've changed the names of some things, and I'm still stuck in 2009. But it is Reunion, and it is coming very soon, and there is still time to register. So I realize that it's a huge expense. Not everyone has the money to book a flight or the money to drive cross-country or however far you are from St. Louis. Not everybody has the money for a hotel room and food while you're there and all of the things that this entails. But here's the thing. I want to share, for those of you who haven't heard it, I want to share quickly my first convention story and I guess give you an idea of what it did for me and my husband and my business, and hopefully you can see what it can do for you. And I can honestly say you can have 100 people explain to you, explain the excitement and explain how great it is and how awesome it was, but it's like you and your best friend love a certain artist, and you're busy, you have to work, but she gets to go to the concert. And so the next day she's going to explain to you of how great it was. You're not going to feel the excitement that she felt. You're not going to have the memories she has, and you're not going to have the enthusiasm about the artist or the band that she does because she went and you didn't. So same difference. You can have somebody explain it to you a million times, but without going, you will never know how great it is. And I know I sort of sound like an infomercial, and that's not my intention at all, but there's no way to express the passion and the excitement of convention without you guys going. So want to tell you a little bit about my first convention experience. So I signed up in 2008. In 2009 was convention. I've shared with you guys before, I signed up December 28th of 2008. The only reason I signed up on that day is because that was payday for my husband, and without payday we didn't have the $99. So then we were living paycheck to paycheck, and that was what we did. We had 2 kids. Things were tight. We didn't really have the money to say, oh yeah, we're going to convention. We're going to fly out to, it was in Salt Lake that year, and we lived in California. We're going to fly out there and we're going to stay, and it's going to be great, and we're going to live it up. Not really worked out. It didn't really work out that way. So I set my mind to it that we were going, and I told my husband we were going, and he was kind of, okay, if this is really what you want to do. So he scheduled his leave, and I had decided to go, I think, in January. So that gave me February, March, April, May, June, 4 paydays, Scentsy paydays. And that's when I believe I was a lead or star consultant. So paydays, we're talking maybe $100 or $200. You can set your mind to making that much so you can make it to convention. You just do it a little bit at a time. And they do have the convention registration now set up on a payment plan, and you can still register and do that payment plan. I believe it's through the end of today, and don't quote me on that, but look and find out on the event tab on information. So each little paycheck that I got, I put towards convention stuff. So I paid first for both of our registrations. And the second thing I did was I saved so I could book plane tickets. And I booked our plane tickets, and I believe it cost me $300 each. So that pretty much took all I had. I booked a room because we didn't have to pay for that till we got there. And the way the dates fell for was convention back then, it fell over my husband's payday. So he was going to get paid, and we were going to pay for our room with his payday. That was the plan. So we went ahead and we went to convention on hardly any money at all. I think we probably had between $50 and $100 to eat on while we're there, but we did have a room to stay in, and our flights were paid for. So we went, and the first day when we went into convention, I seen the people there, and the biggest thing I got out of convention my very first year is sitting there, and in 2009 there were only 2,500 people at convention. So 2,500 compared to now, it's 10,000 or more is the norm. I watched these women walk across the stage and get their awards, and I watched their achievements, and I sat by people who were superstar directors and star directors and directors, and I was a superstar consultant at my first convention, and I looked at them, and my aha moment was the fact that they were no different than me. Some of them were stay-at-home moms. Some of them were teachers, nurses. Some of them had never gone to college. Some of them had never graduated high school. Some of them, everyone came from somewhere different. And nothing said, this is what you have to be successful. It was the idea that if you set your mind to it, you can be successful. That's what I got from my very first convention, the idea that I could do this. And seeing the people around me and listening to Orville and Heidi speak every single year has reaffirmed that. And seeing new people succeed every single year, not just the same people, but new people every year. New people hit director and star director and superstar, and seeing people grow and grow and grow, and seeing the company grow and grow and grow just reaffirms every single year that this is the one event that I will not miss. I hope that no matter what your budget is, what your time is, what your life looks like, that whatever your excuse is, that you can make it your reason to go and not your reason not to go. I have two kids. One now, they are 7 and 9, and they don't like it when I leave. They're not happy about it. But I go to Scentsy events so that I can better myself and I can better our lives, because I know that they are my fuel. Without going to the events, I lose my fire. My Scentsy light dims, and I don't have the enthusiasm and the yearning for this business that I have if I had not gone. So know that you will not regret going. You will not regret spending the money, and you will not regret the time away from whatever you have going on at home. If your kids need you, they also need you to be successful. They also need you to show them how strong you can be and that they can be okay without you sometimes. If you have a job, another job that you absolutely need, express to them that you will also be getting leadership training, that you will be getting social training, that you will be getting things to make yourself better. That's one thing my husband always includes when he goes with me, is that we are always doing leadership type training that's also good for him and his work. So those are the things that you can use, and know that you'll be bettering yourself, and it's worth every single penny. So I will get off of that train now. If you guys have any questions about Reunion, ask your sponsor, ask someone who's gone, ask on the group page. Whatever questions you have, be sure that you're asking. Don't just let the year pass by and go, oh, well, that looks really cool, but maybe next year. Because this could be the year that you have your moment that makes everything change for this business and you. So if you haven't considered it, please, please do. It's a chance of a lifetime. And with this year being the 10-year anniversary, it's sure to be absolutely amazing. There's concerts, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. So next thing I want to talk about with you guys is recruiting. Like I said before, this is the number one how do I question that I get. How do I recruit? How do I grow a team? It's really super simple. You just have to ask people. And so a lot of times people will say, I have already hounded my friends and family. I've already talked to everyone that I know on Facebook over and over and over again, and I've posted a million times, and nobody wants to join my team. I've emailed, I've asked my hostesses, I've asked everyone that I know, and I still don't have any team members, or I still didn't recruit anyone this month. So here's what you need to do. You need to talk to strangers. It's very, very hard, and it is very, very scary. But if you want to grow a team in the fastest way possible, this is what you're going to have to do, because the people that you know or speak to all the time are limited. You don't always grow that circle as big as you can grow your circle if you talk to strangers. So how do you do it? The best way to talk to someone that you don't know or someone in public is to find something in common or find some way to speak to them. I always think of that Tic Tac commercial where like people are looking for a reason to talk to each other, and it's Tic Tacs, but I don't know why I just told you guys that. Anyway, side note. What I wanted to say was you have to find something to talk to people about. So if you're talking to the checker at Target or Walmart or the grocery store, wherever you are, ask them, how long have you been working here? Just a simple question like that will open you up to a conversation about jobs, why they're doing what they're doing, how long they've been at their job, and it can lead you into something like, have you ever thought of starting your own business or doing something in addition to this or something on the side for extra money? Those are the type of things that you can say to get their interest. And always be sure that you have paraphernalia with you. You have something with you, a join brochure, a business card, a catalog, anything with your information on. You don't have to get on and buy the join brochures. You can print off something on the computer that has your information, ways to contact you, ways that they can look at your website. So don't feel like you have to always get on and spend a bunch of money on your business. You have to make money before you spend money. So that's one way to do it. Another example, I was at the post office a week ago, and standing in line beside me was a lady, and she had a package that she was shipping. And I happened to see that the city it was going to was Oceanside, California, which is where we're getting ready to move to. And I know that there is a Marine Corps base there. So I said to her, oh, do you have family in the Marine Corps? And she looked at me like, how did you know that? And then I said, well, I saw your package was to Oceanside. So it opened up this whole conversation. And in the end, she told me all about her family and her son who was in the Marine Corps and their vacation that they were taking. But you have to remember that small things can pique someone's interest, can open them up to you, can help them share with you ideas or what's going on in their lives. And it always gives you small ways to say, you know what, this is what I do, and I really love it. Maybe you would be interested too. So look for those ways when you're out in public to talk to different people. And I know, like I said, that it is very scary. I know that if they say no or they say something rude, it can hurt our feelings. But we have to remember when we talk to strangers that it is not personal. It's never, ever personal. They're not saying no to you forever. Maybe it's just for right now. So be sure to have your information ready no matter what they say, even if you talk to someone and say, oh, hey, I have that at home, or I bought that last week and love it, or no matter where you are, if you're at the pool, if you're at practice for your kids, if you're at another job, mention small things and make sure they have your information, because as long as you're planting seeds and talking to new people, your team will grow. What else? If you guys have any recruiting questions or specific things that you want to ask me or examples for next time or things that you want me to talk about, be sure and let me know that. I don't know what you want to hear. A lot of times I feel like I repeat myself webinar after webinar or training after training, but I realize that not everyone has heard the things that I've said over and over like I feel like you have. So if you have questions, be sure and let me know. What else? I want to go over fundraisers. I've had a few questions here lately about fundraisers and how they work, so I just want to do a basic fundraiser rundown for those of you who don't know. So here's how it works. The great thing about fundraisers are they're really up to you. You get to decide how much commission they take, and that's kind of a negotiation between you and them. So you can give your full 20, 25, 30%, whatever you're earning, or you can give them a smaller percentage. If it's a really large fundraiser, a lot of participants, be sure you take into account the materials that you're going to need and how much that's going to cost you. You can offer your free and half-price items as incentives. You can offer other things for incentives. For example, if kids are doing the fundraiser, you can offer things like a pizza party to the class who does the best. You can offer things like ice cream certificates to Cold Stone or Dairy Queen for top sellers. You can offer any small things. You would be surprised what a kid will do for a $1 Frosty from Wendy's. It's kind of like a while back, my daughter did jump rope for heart. It was the most important thing in the world that she got the bouncy kickball. In order to get the bouncy kickball, she had to sell $75 or take donations of $75. And it was a huge thing to her, and she doesn't even play with it now, but it was the point that kids will work for very small things. You don't have to dump a lot of money into incentives, and you don't even have to do incentives. That's what, like I said before, you get to decide it's your fundraiser. What else? There are fundraiser thank yous. There are fundraiser proposal letters. There are fundraiser idea documents, all in the Sit in the City, the group. There are tons of trainings and webinars on your workstation under the training tab that you can watch and learn different ways and different things. I've gone over 1,000,000 times a huge, huge list of who might do a fundraiser. If you can think of it, they can do a fundraiser. It can be anything. I mean, it can be absolutely anything. It can be your neighbor's dog has to have surgery, so they're going to do a fundraiser. It can be a bigger cause. A school wants to build a playground. It can be a cause that's close to your heart, cancer or autism or something along those lines. It can be for a college, for a cheer squad, for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, for band, for summer sports, for anything, absolutely anything you can think of, you can do a fundraiser for, and you can get people interested in. So don't be afraid to throw that out there to coaches. You can do proposal letters to summer coaches for little leagues or big leagues or anything you can think of. Like I said, if they need jerseys or team shirts or a chess club or something at the library, they want to earn stuff for new books, or any of those things are great ideas for fundraisers, and it's a great way to grow your business because not only are you interacting with that one person, but it spreads your branches so far. So you may not even know 90% of the people that are buying Scentsy from you, but when you get all that product in and you organize it and you deliver it, or you deliver it to the fundraiser organizer so that they can give it to the buyers, they're going to have your information. So when they need new things, they can also purchase from you. Remember, there are specific fundraiser catalogs. If you want to use them, you can. If not, you can use a regular catalog. You can get fundraiser envelopes so the kids can write their amounts and the names as the people order. There are a ton of supplies and thank you cards and everything that you would ever need for a fundraiser, or you can print your own and use the docs on the page. The main thing about fundraisers is it is up to you. You can advertise them. The organizer can advertise the fundraiser with your information. You can do online fundraisers. You can open them up on your website and make sure that people all order from the same party and do it that way. That's probably the easiest way to do it because you don't have to worry about distributing the product. They just ship to themselves and get it themselves and still contribute to the fundraiser. You can do anything you want. You could create a custom warmer for a specific fundraiser. You could come up with whatever your summer sports team is, logo on a custom warmer, and then sell them and order them, and then the commission also goes towards the team, and everybody gets a cool warmer with their logo on it. There's a million different ideas, so don't leave those things out of your business. I want to move right along into the custom warmer thing now. Orville, when he did the leadership call yesterday, mentioned this, that not a lot of us are taking advantage of that custom warmer. And I'm guilty for sure. When it came out, I just thought, okay, this is a great idea. And over time have thought about it. And I know that someone could solely run their business on custom warmers. And here's why. Every time you go to an event or craft fair or I can't even think what they're called. The places that you go where everyone hands out a pin, the places where you go where you buy something and you get a free gift. When you buy a car, you get a bag with the dealership's name on it, or all of these free gifts. Think of all the free gifts that you've gotten in the past with logos or names of companies on them. And then think, okay, so what if these companies bought custom warmers instead of what they're giving out now, because a lot of them pay quite a bit of money for gifts. One of the best ways or places to take advantage of a custom warmer are realtors or bigger companies because they have more money that they can invest in gifts. So I was talking to, who was it? It was our investment guy, the guy that does our investments and retirement and life insurance and all that stuff. And he said, I am allotted $150 per customer per year to gift them something. And I'm like, okay. So $50 per person could be a custom warmer with his logo on it, with his information, so that they always have that and always remember. I mean, it's something that people will use. Pins get thrown in drawers. Bags get thrown in the closet. If we don't use them, we toss them out or sell them at a garage sale, those type of things. A custom warmer is something that people will use, and see all the time in their home. The great thing is, too, that they can buy another frame and they don't always have to have that logo sitting in their kitchen. Bring the idea, propose the idea up to people in your area. If you haven't used that to your business advantage yet, know that you can. Use this summer when things slow down a little bit before the fall season hits to take advantage of those opportunities. Go talk to realtors in your area. Go talk to anyone who gifts things, car dealerships or different companies. I have so many ideas, I can't think of one specifically, but use the custom warmer to your advantage. If you haven't sold any yet, don't write that out of your business. What else do we want to talk about? Ways to work it in May. So May is tomorrow, obviously. So what do we have coming up in May that can help you work your business? Mother's Day is coming. We have tons and tons of gifts for Mother's Day. If you haven't contacted your customers and let them know that they can buy Scentsy for Mother's Day, they might just forget. They could do bath tablets, a body lotion, a hand cream, a body butter, layer stuff. They could do warmers and wax if their mom likes those things. There's a million different gift ideas that they can put together. Not only that, but we already have a bundle that's, made up for Mother's Day alone. The bundle is also good for graduation gifts. You can put together other bundles for them. Because we have the combine and saves, you can say, hey, you know what, you could do a combine and save for your graduation gifts and spend this much per person. Don't be afraid to ask somebody, how much are you going to spend on graduation gifts this year? Or do you know anybody graduating? Or don't be afraid to hit up the husbands. Hey, what'd you get your wife for Mother's Day? Because you know they're going to run out and buy something last minute. Why not help them get a meaningful gift and make it easy for them? So, what else? Graduations, Memorial Day. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Custom warmers, we already talked. Oh, what else can you do in May? If you haven't had a spring or summer launch, be sure and do that. I know that open houses are hard. We don't always, if we say open house from 1 to 5 on Saturday, we don't always get a lot of people. What I have noticed is if you can do an open house outside, you will get strangers to come because they don't always want to go into someone's house. So if you can do an open house in your driveway, if it's nice outside, that's sometimes a great way to get people to stop because they think it's a garage sale or they think, okay, it's not quite as uncomfortable, and they come and shop Scentsy. Another good thing you can do is build it like a party and invite strangers. So make up an invitation, set a time and a date, and say, hey, I'm doing the spring-summer launch. I hope you can come. Do it to, I mean, you can invite people that you don't even know that well. It doesn't have to just be friends and family. So I know the end of the school years are coming up in May, so when you go to those last parties or field trips, invite the other moms, invite the other parents. Say, you know what, 2 weeks from now I'm having this party. I hope you can make it. If you invite people specifically to a date and time, there's a better chance of getting them to come. So another way to do it is be sure that you tell them that they can bring a friend, because a lot of times if they can bring someone they know with them, they're more comfortable about coming. What else? Touched on fundraisers and recruiting and reunion and ways to work it in May. Just want to leave you guys with some motivation. And I have a couple of different ideas that I've been throwing around, and you guys know how crazy that I can get with my motivation ideas. So we're going to talk a little bit about something off the wall. I don't know how many of you watch the show Vikings. So my husband and I are avid Vikings watchers, and if you're not, that's okay too, because the idea is still hopefully going to be able to hit home with you. So Vikings are crude people who do horrible things, and it's a great show. But anyways, when they go to battle, they do this thing where they build a shield wall. So back in, say, I'm trying to think of what it's called. So way back when people had war, when we had the Civil War and things like that, two enemy lines would walk up to each other and pretty much just shoot at each other. So there's really no protection from each other. So what the Vikings did was each one of them had a shield, and so when they were walking up towards each other, getting ready to go to battle, someone would holler, shield wall, and so all of them would then put up their shields like this, and then it was shield to shield to shield to shield, and they would kind of stand behind this wall and protect a group of people. So I got to thinking about this, and just the idea of, first of all, walking into battle with just your shield and yourself and walking up to someone else and just open hand fighting with them is kind of crazy. But the idea of how they work together to build this shield wall. And then I was thinking about business and how this applies to us and our business. And here's what I'm thinking. So when we sign up for Scentsy, Velada, Grace Adele, whatever it is, we have all our tools. So let's say they give you a shield, they give you whatever tools you need to run your business. So how much more effective could you be with your shield or with the tools you have if you let the people around you help you? So if you can stand next to someone and hold your shields together, you're more powerful. So when you connect yourself with other Scentsy family members, you gain momentum and drive and power from them, because 99% of the time they have ideas when you don't, and you have ideas when they don't. You have energy and momentum and positivity when they don't, and vice versa. Be sure that you find Scentsy sisters or brothers or upline or sideline or downline or someone that you can connect with that's going to help you build your shield wall. It can be one person, it can be 5 people, it can be 10 people. But use the people around you to keep you connected, to keep you strong in your business. Because if you don't, you can only stand alone with your tools for so long before you get knocked down. And then getting up over and over is a whole lot harder without someone to pull you up and to help shield you while you're down. So when you ask 10 people to join your team and they all say no, if you don't have someone to help you build that shield wall and come up with more ideas or more ways to work your business, you might just stay down. If you go for 9 months out of the year only putting $150 in every 3 months 3 times, you've been knocked down. You don't have anyone to feed you more ideas. You don't have anyone to help you build that shield wall. You have no one to help you feel strong. It's so important that we connect with each other, that we know who our upline is, who our sideline is. And I try and reach out to you guys as much as I can. And it's one thing I can say is kind of hard for me, because I know that some people don't want to be quote-unquote bothered. They don't want me calling them all the time. But there's some of you that are like, you know what, I need more. I need someone to talk to. This is your open invitation from me to say, if you want more from me, all you have to do is say so. If you need to talk to someone, my number is very available, and so is my email. Please, please, please reach out to your upline, to your sponsor, or to another group member, anyone on the Facebook page, and say, hey, you know what, I want to chat about this, or what do you know about that? Build your shield wall strong, and you will win the battle. You will continue to build your force, and then as you build a team, you can teach them the same ideas. You can teach them that we need each other and that we can work together in this business to be successful together, that it's not a competition, that if we stand side by side and do what we're doing together, that we are about 1,000,000 times stronger. Now, the other idea that I had, now that we have our shield wall, is just really about the tools that we get when we start our business. So there's a lot of us that started our business, and I like to think of it like, okay, you got your kit, but let's call it a cake mix. So you got your cake mix, and you're expecting a cake, right? I can tell you, if you don't bake the cake, it'll always be a cake mix. But I can tell you also that we all got the same mix when we bought our kit. So there's nothing special about me, and my cake mix didn't say Superstar Director Mix. Your director's cake mix didn't say director on the box. It was the same mix that you got. It's just building it and baking it that makes it work. So if you're disappointed in the way that your business has gone, or maybe that you don't feel like it's working out, or that you may not have the tools that you need, I can tell you that they are here. They're on the training tab. They're in me. They're in your sponsor. They're in your director. The tools are all here and ready for you to use. There's no special tools that I got. There's no special tools that anyone that I know got that are any different than anyone else. It's the person building the cake. It's about you and your self-belief in yourself to know that you can do this business and that you're going to get up every single day and make it work. So know that you have everything you need to be successful. All you have to do is decide to be. Know that your cake mix says Superstar Director on it if you want it to. Know that it says Director on it if you want it to. Know that it says Lead, Star, Superstar. That it says all those things on it. All you have to do is put it together and use it. You have all of the tools that you'll need to be successful. If you feel down, like I said, make sure that you find someone to help you build your shield wall. Continue to build and never ever give up, and there is absolutely no way that this business won't work for you. So, that being said, I hope that you all have a very, very fabulous May. I would really love, love, love to do this again. I hope that this format works. If I'm being 100% honest, because I really am tired of building PowerPoints and I don't think that you guys love them either, but I would like some feedback on that and feedback on this format. And hopefully you're not tired of staring at my face. If we get other people on these little meetings like this, we can all actually see each other and interact, and I think that would be a fun way to share because I can get direct questions from you guys and we can share with each other that way. Like I said, use the tools that you have. We have the Mother's Day bundle, the summer incentives coming tomorrow, and I'm so excited to see what it is. I plan on touching base with my team members just to see if you guys have read the summer incentive and you know if it's a goal of yours to achieve it. So be sure you read that and touch base with me if you guys have any questions. I hope that something I said today resonates with you and sticks with you and carries you through the next few weeks. If you guys love this format, I will do it more often. All you have to do is just tell me what you want. I am here to serve you guys and to help you grow as leaders yourself. So I hope you have a great day, and definitely post questions for me about anything that I said here today. Be sure and share this video with your team members if you want to. And here's to May. I hope it is a great, great month. So thank you guys so much for listening to me. I believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself, because I know that we're all the same. We have the same mix, and I'm ready to build a shield wall with you. So have a great day.